Alright, for this tutorial we're going to be continuing on with how we made our radio yesterday, and we're going to pretty much really improve upon it. And if you would have noticed yesterday, if you spammed play radio, it would just continue to play sounds back to back without really finishing any of them. So in this case what we wanted to do is when the player walks up, plays the radio, it's going to play the full length of the sound, and you're not going to be able to, nobody on the server is going to be able to play radio while that sound is playing. So we're going to be getting into multi-dimensional arrays, which are going to be perfect for this. Same thing if you want to have certain weapons have a certain amount of ammo when you spawn or something like that. This is used for that as well. You just have the weapon class name and the ammo count, and you can use the select command to kind of increment through it how you want. It just kind of, it's just a very efficient way from a writer standpoint. So we're also going to add at the very end, we're going to make it so it continually will play. So it's like turn on the radio, it's going to continually play songs from the array. Then when we turn off the radio, it's just going to stop. Now with say3D, there is no actual command to really make it stop playing sound. But as Killzone Kid added here, there's two ways to delete the source of the sound, which is with delete vehicle, or to kill the source, being setting the damage to 1. So we have our 3 sound files here just like before. Same thing with our description.ext. Nothing has changed. So we're going to go ahead, and what we want to do is get the length of the sound. So for cache register, figure out how long that is, and over here at the bottom right in VLC you can see it says 2 seconds. So for multi-dimensional arrays, you're going to want to pretty much, you have your opening and closing square brackets for your first array, then you want another set of opening and closing square brackets surrounding the item you want to put in the array. So I'm going to put 3. 3 is going to be this length of the song, or well, in this case just the cache register sound. So a multi-dimensional array is just an array within an array. So instead of this running and selecting Paul Blart or Protect Them All or cache register like before, it's going to select an array within that array. So let's just continue on through it here. Go ahead and get the length of these.
Paul Blart.
Alright, also 2 seconds.
Sworn oath to protect this mall and all.
And also 2 seconds. So great. So we're just going to set them all to 3. Now, if you had a different selected, like a different song length, like an actual legitimate song, you would want to get that song in seconds. So if it, let's say the song was 2 minutes, this number here would be 120. Since, well, it goes by seconds. So we're going to rename this to just song list. Now we want to grab something from that list. We're going to want to grab the name, so song equals song list select 0. Since song list now holds this array or this array or this array, it just holds the data that's inside it. So it's holding the name of the file we're playing and the second, well, the time in seconds for the length. So then we're going to have song length equals song, dang it, list select 1. Now song length is going to be holding the number inside of that array. So now we're going to be using the terminate command in this as well to make it a little bit neater, so we have an option to disable, pretty much turn off the radio. So and the way that happens is terminate script handle. Well, if you look at our first add action, we execute the SQF file, but we don't have a handle on it. So we're going to make one, just call it radio h equals, we're not taking it, passing in any arguments. So our script handle is called radio h. Go ahead and just copy that. And I'm just going to add it right here so we remember. Now, it's going to select a random song from the list, and it's going to play it, so we're going to have it set to song. So everything else right now is pretty much the same. So we're going to go ahead and make a little, pretty much we're going to remove the actions now that the song is playing using remote execution, and remove all actions from radio. Then we are going to want to add an action saying turn off the radio. Then we're going to use a wait until to get the time that this script itself was executed, and we're going to add the song length to that time, and then we're going to make, in that wait until, we're going to wait until time is greater than or equal to what time it is now plus the length of the song. So if the song is 1 minute and it is 1:54 p.m., it's going to play it at 1:55 p.m. Pretty much is the way to think about it. So in order to remote execute remove all actions, just go ahead and do remote execute, then the name being remove all actions. Now we have pretty much the object that we want to do that to, and that's just radio, and that's literally it. Now it's removed all the actions, the actions from radio for all clients. Now we want to add our action, and same thing, remote execute, add action, and here we're going to have our argument for remote execution, and then we're going to have our arguments for the add action. So it's going to be the name of the object being radio. Then if you remember before, add action takes in these parameters. We're going to be just adding in title and the script. We're not going to bother going down to the condition, like making it so the player's within like 2 meters to turn it on and off. We'll just, because I've already covered that. So we just have the title, turn off radio. Now we have our script, and since it's going to be a fair amount inside it, I'm just going to put it and format it like this so braces look nice and neat. So when the radio turns off, what we want to happen is we want to also get the position of the radio, because as you can see here, we're going to go to the deleting route. So we're going to delete the radio, and then we're going to recreate the radio on the exact same position that it was deleted from. So if you remember with add action, we have special commands that, well, that was on another, well, actually here it is. The target is this select 0. So we're going to write position equals this select 0, because position is equal to the object this add action is attached to. Then we're going to get the direction equals this select 0. And the commands we're going to want to use for position is, command is get position above terrain level, and just get dir for get direction. So now we have that, we can go ahead and delete the vehicle. So delete vehicle this select 0. Now we want to create the vehicle. So we have our handle radio equals class name of it, which I gotta go find, create vehicle, position select 0, position select 1, and position select 2. Now get position above terrain level, it returns 3 parameters, x, y, and z. Well, it returns an array of that, so we're just selecting the x position, the y position, and the z position that get position above terrain level returns. So simple way to get the class name, hover over it, just go ahead and click web browser and type it into Google. So it's, I can't see it, land FM radio F. Copy it, close out of there, Now this should recreate the vehicle on the position, as well as it should immediately stop whatever song is playing. So we're going to continue on to this, but let's go ahead and just test to make sure it works. Play radio.
Full blurry.
And turn it off. And it disappears, but it didn't set the position back on the back where it's supposed to be. So we can go ahead and just set it here. That is saved. We're going to set the direction as well. That should be functioning just as it should, but out of curiosity, let's try this real quick. Play radio,
Full blur.
turn off radio, and as you can see, well, you can't really see it disappear, but the radio vanished because it was deleted, and if we had to create another one directly on its position. Not exactly sure why that didn't work there, but I'm not too concerned about it. Okay, so we noticed when we played the radio, we had the option to play the radio again. And also we had the option to turn it back off. So, ways we can do that. Although this should have taken care of that. And make sure I am spelling that right. Yeah. Alright. So, wait. This is where we're going to do our wait until. Wait until equals time plus song length. Wait until time is greater than or equal to wait time hint ready to play. Now we haven't used the terminate script yet, but as you can see, when we hit play radio,
A sworn oath to protect this mole and all inside it.
once the song's done playing, it prints out ready to play. So turn off the radio. It removes all the actions. However, that should really get rid of, unless I'm missing something here. Oh, remove all actions, plural. I had it set to action, so, which is not an actual command. So we play radio, the only option we have is to turn it off. Just like so. However, now, we can't play the radio again, so we need to sort that out. So, once we get to this point here, where it says ready to play, we want turn off radio to be displayed until the song is over. Once the song is over, then we want to be able to play the radio again, but not be able to turn it off. So just like before, we simply use remove all actions, and we're going to add our own action again. So it's going to be radio, radio, play radio. Now we need our little script here. Remote execute. Add action. Now we can just copy this because we are going to need the handle as well. So it's going to be the exact same thing that we do. Just make it global instead of internet player local, which is going to run on all clients anyhow. Alright. So now we should have the option to turn off the radio once it starts playing, but not be able to play it. Then we should have the option to play the radio after the song is playing, but not turn it back off. So play radio.
Full blurry. Mole cop.
And then a switch back to play radio. So we can play it,
A sworn oath to protect this.
turn it off. However, we need to set it like this again. This is where the terminate script's going to come in. So when we click turn off radio, it deleted it, but then it waited X amount of seconds before it added the action for play radio again. It's pretty much waiting. It's still going to wait until the song's over before it adds the action to play it again. So we're going to fix that with the terminate command. As you can see here, play radio. Oops. Character will quit bouncing around. Play radio. Turn off radio. No add action has appeared. Now an add action appears. So let's start the terminate command. As you can see, it's just terminate, then the script handle that we want to terminate. So this being radio H here, we're going to remotely execute this. So just if this is running on anybody's client, pretty much it's just gonna kill it. So it works the same for everybody. So we want the script handle, remote execute, then the name of the function or command being terminate. Now this should completely kill this. So once the person clicks turn off radio, anything else in the script is not going to run. It's pretty much breaking out of this entire script, if that makes sense. Now when we click turn off radio, it should not, pretty much we're not going to have any way at the moment to be able to play it again. So it's just going to be play radio, turn it off. We wait, keep scrolling on it, nothing appears. We need a way to play the radio again. And all we have to do for that is simply go ahead and copy and paste play radio again. And it's literally as simple as that for this. So this, if you want to just kind of keep playing different songs, play radio, turn it off. And immediately play radio comes back. Play radio.
Full blurry. Mall cop.
It goes back to play radio after it's finished. So that's working just like we want it to. Did not mean to click restart. But now let's say we want to make it so it just continually selects a random song and keeps playing. Well, that's very simple. All we have to do is outside of here is simply call itself. So since all the stuff inside of this script itself right now are pretty much global, we just call it. And it does everything we need for us. So go ahead and restart. Play radio.
Full blurry. Mall cop.
29. Semicolon. Oh, whoops. Yeah, I know you can go away. Error. Alright. Play radio. And it's just going to continue to play sounds, just like so. Are you going to select something different?
Full blurry. Mall cop.
Now, it's going to occasionally play the same one over and over.
Full blurry. Mall
Just for
cop.
simplicity of the video, we're not going to go
Sworn oath to
through.
protect this mall and all inside it.
Okay, let's get
Sworn oath to
For the sake of this video, we're not going to go through how to actually sort that out. Pretty much what I would probably do, make an array that holds all of these, and once the song is played via here, go ahead and use delete at and the find command to delete whichever one equals song out of the array. And then once this array equals 0, using the count command, set this array to equal the array that we created having all the songs in it. So it's pretty much going to play 1, delete it, play 2, delete it, play 3, delete it. Oh no, there's no more songs left. Re-add all of them and play 1, play 2, play 3. However, it doesn't go in order, so it's always going to be random what song plays. So that's a relatively simple guide.
Full blurry. Mall cop.
Still saying it, missing a
Full blurry. Mall cop.
I mean, do you really? Yeah, that's why. For some reason I forgot to remove that bracket. I wasn't paying attention. So play radio. ka-ching. It's going to keep playing songs
Full
from
blurring.
its location.
Mall cop.
You can see it's getting quieter
Full blurring. Mall cop.
and louder.
Full blurring.
Turn it off. Turns it off for everybody. And now everybody should see the action called play radio, so anybody can walk up and press it. So pretty much anybody that wants to, they can turn it on. And somebody else, if they want to, they can turn it off. So it's just like a IRL, real life radio. So just a random side piece. I'll go back over this for add action on how to limit the distance. Let's just start with this one. So we have we're in the script part. Then we need to do our arguments. Arguments, just open, close square braces. We're not doing anything with it. Priority, we want it to be 6. Show window, false. Hide on use, true. Shortcut, it says it's a string, so just empty strings. Then the condition is what we need, and the condition is a string, so we're going to add what we want in the condition. It has 2 special things called, where is it? Oh, here it is. Target, which is the object it's attached to, and this, which is the person who executed it. So target, distance, this, less than, let's do, I don't know, 2 meters. So we can go ahead and just copy this. Now for the very first action, it should be, we have to be within 2 meters of it to actually click it, just like so. If we go any farther, we can't click it till we're within this distance here. Same thing goes for the remote executions. We have our script here. So we just do a comma, space. Oh, actually we already have our comma pasted, so just do that. And same thing here. Just paste her in there. Now anytime we go to turn on and off the radio, it's going to be, the user has to be right up here with it. Play
Full
radio,
blurring.
turn off. And the new ones that were remotely executed are still within that range.
Full blurring.
Turn off
Mall
is still
cop.
within that range as well. So that's how you do that.